People. People.
Yo, it's your boy Tattoo Sly back on the best podcast in the world, Group Chat Convos. We're here tonight with Chase Nixon.
What's up?
My boy Eli, obviously over there. How are you guys living tonight?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Blessed to see another one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. Most definitely.
Yeah. Shout out Stony Mountain. Sorry.
Shout out Emilio. He's on his way to Florida.
Oh yeah,
right
shout
now.
out Emilio.
Yeah.
He's actually in Florida right now.
Yeah. He touched down.
He just touched down. Yeah, he's safe.
Hopefully he's doing good. He's about to get teed, a little vacay.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Well
Gotta
needed.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stony Mountain, 1% better. Just day to day. We're glad to be here. So starting off, we always ask this question. Would you rather get paid, what is it, 10 million? You say it, Eli. You say it.
Yeah, so my fault. So we ask this question on every podcast. Don't know if you've seen it or anything, but if you were given $10 million right now, the only catch is a snail is chasing you. If it touches you anywhere, you die a horrible instant death. So do you think the snail would ever catch you?
That's a tough question.
I feel like it's an easy no. He's not fucking with me.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think he'll catch me.
That's what the majority side says.
Yeah.
Well, Emilio still has yet to find someone to get on his side.
Yeah. By the way, a snail only moves like 0.001 miles an hour. So it would take like 10 to 30 years or something. I don't know, 30 years to
Shout out to the person that commented that on the Instagram
I know,
post.
man. Like, shout out to you. The Instagram posts and the reels have been going crazy. Shout out to you guys that see that. We love and appreciate everybody that watches. That's really dope. We love the interactions. But yeah, that snail's not catching nobody.
Not catching nobody.
Unless you
Ever.
sleep, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Skylar said last episode, what was it, a box? Just trap it in a box and then put holes in it and then put it in another box just in case it eats away at it,
Yeah.
it would never die.
Yeah, he came on there
Can't respawn.
prepared.
Yeah, he came prepared for that question.
But before we get into anything else,
Yeah.
and Chase and stuff like that, we started doing this new segment called Things We Hate This Week. And it could be humorous, it could be serious, it could be whatever you want. And I'll start off.
Hate, dislike, something that just irked you. You know?
And a couple of things that made my list this week is people that eat fish in a public space. I feel like there should be a mass genocide for those people.
Really?
Because it just ruins the area for everybody.
That's
Do you not
crazy.
agree? Someone just opening up a can of tuna in the break room, come on.
Oh, nah.
You know.
That's what I mean.
Okay, well, I'm not going to hold you guys. I literally had ackee and saltfish and rice today in the staff lounge, and nobody said a damn word to me.
But does it stink?
It's ackee and saltfish. Fish. So I don't know how it smells. It's flavorful. It's delicious. It's seasoned well,
You're going to have to hear from me.
Well, mass genocide my ass. You're going to have to see me first. But I get that.
Yeah.
I get that one. There's some stinky foods sometimes that people heat up that they should definitely go upstairs in the cafeteria and heat up.
Yeah. Or just eat privately.
Yeah, take that 30 elsewhere.
Yeah.
Take a little lunch break elsewhere with that.
Well, you got anything this week?
Let's see. Do you have anything else or I don't have anything right now. Let me think.
It's not. Chase?
I would say traffic, just being backed up on the highways
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Dude, yeah.
That's a go-to.
That's a go-to.
Seems like what Skylar said that too last
Yeah.
one. Yup.
Traffic's just horrible now. Growing up here 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it wasn't that bad. And then you try to go to Charlotte now.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, man.
It's wraps. But yeah, to get this thing jumping, Chase, you say a little about yourself, where you played ball, what you did and stuff, and then I want you to go ahead and, if you don't mind, get into like what you just spoke to us with off camera about the NCAA and all that type of stuff you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So to start off, I'm a Husk graduate in 2018. I went to Avery University, graduated from there. I played football throughout my collegiate career and stuff like that. It was great, you know. It's the Division III level, but at all levels, playing a college sport, it requires the work and effort put into it.
Most definitely.
As far as like being a part of like the NCAA conventions and stuff like that, and like career and sports forum, like it's helping you develop and find a job later in the future, preferably in collegiate athletics, maybe professionally, just networking, meeting people, and just providing you with the opportunities, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
How would you say sports impacted your life as a youth? Because I think personally, I feel like every kid should be involved in sports. I don't care if it's obviously don't force your kid to do anything they don't want to do.
True.
But I really feel like it builds a structure of like working with a team, builds those principles really early, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's big for me. Sports definitely have shaped me into the person I am today.
Yeah.
Before, you know how you used to get like red cards and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
So I didn't start playing sports until like third grade, but before that, I was like always like getting in trouble, the class clown.
Yeah.
But like they told me I couldn't play football without having good grades and stuff. So like it helped me with like the discipline aspect, teamwork, and then like helped me build relationships with people. So.
Hell yeah, that's dope. So what would you say best play you've ever made?
That's a good question.
Yeah, he has to think about it. He's
Yeah.
got a couple.
Oh yeah.
Practice or a game?
Anything.
Anything.
Something very memorable for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so like I would say not the best play I've made because like it's hard to choose, but the best game I had like 160 yards, like 3 touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
I went crazy. Like,
Yeah.
So that.
And
Shit.
it was like my sophomore year, so like it was like my first time like being able to get on the field because I had to wait.
Yeah.
Because like you're playing against older guys, like grown men, so like I had to develop myself, and like it was on homecoming. I mean, man, it was just it
Wow.
was beautiful. I was
Yeah.
like, man,
That's
I feel
amazing.
like the big man on campus, but I was like, let me stay humble,
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's dope. But one thing I always like to ask college athletes because I played high school basketball. Granted, I wasn't anything special, didn't play that much, it is what it is. But I still like to believe I'm above average. I get on the court,
Oh
I can
my
hold
God.
my own. You can't check me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can. Bro, we've played one-on. Who won last time we played one-on-one? I beat him last time we played one-on-one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No,
At
you did
Ranlow?
not.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
That's tough.
Oh, we're not getting into this.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He will never admit it,
Anyways, he
I feel
didn't beat
that.
me. He did not beat me.
Okay.
Anyways, the question I was trying to say is I'm always interested to ask college athletes because even playing in high school, I feel like you just watch the game different. Like from just like a normal person who doesn't play sports, like as far as like when you turn on an NFL game or something, do you just like see schemes and stuff just like unconsciously?
I mean, I
yourself?
definitely like see the game different from like a different perspective because I'm not worried about like fantasy points. You have a lot of fantasy fans and stuff like that. I just enjoy the game. It's something I love. So like I do see like cover 3 or I see like them running certain route patterns and stuff because like just that playbook always sticks with you and it's something you always memorize. So
Yeah. That's awesome, especially like being so active and like learning that shit over the years and building that knowledge. It's awesome to apply it even watching a game on the TV.
most definitely.
That's dope, because I don't have that like ability, so like from hearing that, that's like, damn, that's cool.
Like this past weekend, I went to a few like high school games and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, but I was probably doing the same thing throughout high school. It's just like that development level, like it's, learning more and just growing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, especially like you said, like that playbook just sticks with you. Like even like just playing in high school, like I remember I was watching, I think it was a 76ers game, and they were just running through their offense, and I'm just looking at like we ran that shit in high school, like literally to a T. It was just crazy, You just see it, and it's
That's
like
cool.
boom. But yeah, that's dope. I want to ask you because it seems like you're very well put together. How you carry yourself,
Yeah.
and everything. What made you like give you that mindset to just strive for more, pretty much.
Yeah.
I hope y'all don't disrespect, but like
No.
LeBron's like my favorite player.
Oh yeah,
and, like
for
always,
sure.
like striving for greatness, stuff like that, and the way he carries himself, like on and off the court, like just looking up to him and athletes like that. But coaches really have helped shape me to who I am today. Just like great role models, leaders, and just guiding me in the right direction, like for real. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's amazing.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you've been able to get that knowledge from people who are older, you know, people who wanted to see you do better, strive for more, you know, because that's just a thing with our generation. Like a lot of kids just grow up and they don't, you know, I feel like they don't just punch themselves into certain things that they should, you know. They may seem nervous or like, oh, I can't do that, but you know, I saw a picture of you with Baker Mayfield and I was just like, man, like he probably was just like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely get a picture with him tonight.
So how did that happen?
How did that happen?
First of all, I want to ask this, like before you get into that, and then I want to get back on subject. You know, striving for more and everything. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan from Ohio.
Yeah.
Everything. How? Like I said, I saw that picture too. I follow you and stuff. And how is he as a person? Is he a cool dude?
So I'm gonna say what most people say about him. Like, you know, he's cocky.
Yeah,
he's,
arrogant,
all this stuff. But like Baker's a great guy. Like, I mean, it's just a passion whenever you're playing sports. Like, you're going to be sometimes cocky. Like, Kobe was, like, that guy, you know? Like, he carried himself like that. And, like as
Mamba.
an athlete, you have to carry yourself like that sometimes. But, like, it's just a way people portray him. But he's a great guy. Like,
for real.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, Panthers can have him, though. Welcome.
They gonna win some games with him, I hope.
That's so dope that, you know, you got that insight, you know, because I feel like, you know, just the media in general, like the mass media, it just portrays images of certain people just because it may stir something up, you know, maybe to catch more attention to his name, maybe to not even just specifically to him, but it just applies to certain people. And, you know, whenever you get that image painted, it's just like, it's that narrative that they're trying to drive. But like I said, like you got that insight of somebody who's probably really humble and, you know, who's really just trying to, you know, make people happily, provide for his family, you know.
Definitely. Especially, and I saw you were with, it seemed like you were with a lot of the players. Yeah. So how was that, seeing like players achieve things like, and just see them in their element and doing what they love at the very best level? Like, I'm sure that was just surreal.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely, like you said the right words. It was surreal. Like, just being around them, seeing how humble they are and how professional, like, they carry themselves, and just the manner they walk in, and it's great to see, because, like, as an athlete, like, growing up playing football, like, the goal is, like, NFL, you know? So, like, seeing these guys actually, like, make it, and just remain humble and not be like, oh, I made it to the NFL. Like, they're still trying to accomplish more. Like, not just making it. They're trying to get on the team. They're trying to, you know, achieve, like, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl, stuff like that. It's great to see, though. Like, and those guys are, like, just like us. Like, they have conversations just like this.
That's dope.
Even though they're on TV and stuff like that. But, like, they're down to earth people. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Well, that's dope. Like I couldn't imagine, you know.
It's real.
Yeah.
Like you said, just seeing them in their element, doing their thing is probably crazy.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
You know? But so, you know, seeing the Panthers doing their thing and everything, how much would you say important it is to just have a good environment around you and being in not obviously you can't be in an environment like that 24/7, but putting yourself in situations to get in those doors, get in those rooms, to have those conversations,
to be acknowledged.
Yeah,
really.
Like, being in an environment like that, it's always like room for growth, and like you see like the people who are in like positions you want to be in.
Yeah,
like, it's just like a potential aspect. And like I always try to connect with like people I see myself like being later in the future, like some of the directors of operations, stuff like that, like GMs and stuff, like just trying to pick their brain on how like I could possibly be that one day, you know. And like just always trying to grow, like, because there's always room for improvement. So
absolutely. Yeah, we believe in that heavy.
We have this motto, man, that we say like 1% better every day. You know, if you can achieve that 1% every day, you know, you fill up that bucket and it gets full over time, you know. So it's really just, you know, pursuing something that, like I said, like makes you happy, something that gets you to where you want to be, you know. Like I think like this for us, for example, is like for me, I was telling Eli earlier, it's like this is like me living out my dreams almost. It's like setting up this podcast, you know, recording, you know, getting on YouTube, being social, engaging like this,
Most
like
definitely.
picking your brain and getting to look back at conversations like this because like, you know, just to see the growth in that 1% from everybody that, you know, we come across, it's just awesome. You know, it's just so cool, man. But yeah, 1% better. It's the thing. So
for sure,
I feel like you're so passionate about, you know, just sports for one, but like just like you were saying, like just talking to people who like know a lot of stuff, you know, because like you like to soak up knowledge, just like definitely. Us. It's like that's just like game, you know. That's how you're supposed to do it, you know. Like that's what people who we want to be around. Yeah, that's how we're supposed to do it. That's who we want to hang around.
Yeah, I was watching something online the other day, and it was like life's a blueprint. You know, there's plenty of people out there who like have the success you want, like do what they do and just copy it, because like that's what most people do who are successful. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
hell yeah. And I heard you mention, you touched on it a little earlier, like one of the things that keep you going, or not keep you going, but like motivate you and stuff, like coaches in your life that played a very big role. Is that something you'd want to do in the future or pursue?
Most definitely.
Hell yeah.
I've thought about it quite a few times. Maybe like later after I figure out exactly what I want to do, because like I'm not confused. It's just like it's a lot of directions you could go in. And
bro.
It's hard to pick like one path and like do that till, you know, retirement or whatnot. But like coaching is definitely, I see something I can see myself doing. Just pouring into the youth and just helping them like accomplish goals and stuff like that, and putting them in position where they want to be. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, bro. That's just so crazy, bro. Like I said, because this is the first time we've ever met. And like I said, like Tyler said, like just now, like bro, we're on the exact same, like always trying to go, bro. Always trying to improve. Like every single day we're applying pressure at some part of our lives where we're trying, really every single part. I'm trying to grow every single day, trying to get better, trying to do better. Whether you accomplish it every day, you know, but I truly feel like if you're trying, it's gonna happen more times than not.
Yeah.
And what made you want to? Because like you said, you want to be a GM or maybe one day or do these things. Like, what made you like just get out of that norm to be like, I don't have to just go to a 9-to-5 job every day and just, you know, be a normal life and do normal things. And was there anything specifically that was like, I can really chase something like that and accomplish it?
That's real. I wouldn't say it was anything specific. It's just like growing, and you know, you see your parents always working and stuff like that, like other family members, and sometimes like they'd be stressed out about work, and like I've worked like a few jobs and stuff like that, and been stressed out about it. Like, but my goal is to find something I'm passionate about, like a joy instead of a job. Yeah. And like just do that for the rest of my life, because then I won't be like so miserable about like, oh, I gotta go to work. Like, I don't want to do that, because like I've been there before. Trust me, I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. So
yeah, man,
that's really like one of the biggest things that pushed me, like to, you know, pursue what I'm doing right now. So
yeah, bro, just hustling, trying to be, you know, for yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially like you said, seeing family, seeing them do what they do. It's just like, you know, no disrespect to that at all. It's no. I want to do more. I want to do better. Yeah. No, and just exactly. And I feel like that's how it should be. Like every generation, just keep going up, up. You know, and build a freaking empire.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what we talk about, building an empire.
That's the goal.
Yeah, like for instance, we can talk about Stony Mountain right now. Stony Mountain's a creative collaborative that, you know, myself. My brother Max, he lives in Wilmington, and my brother Tyler Norman, he lives in Asheville. We just had this idea to, you know, really just have like a creative collaborative that has stoner streetwear with, you know, laid back hands. But we love to collab with people. We love to, you know, build up the community, you know, whether that be somebody from afar internationally. We haven't got there yet, but definitely like building the community locally for sure in the Carolinas that we've done our last 2 drops. But, you know, this upcoming drop, you know, we're just trying to figure everything out and make a name for ourselves. But, yeah, like for that, it's like, you know, you build that mentality where like you know, it's something that you want to do for fun. You know, it's something that you want to do to enjoy. You know, you don't want to like wake up and be like, fuck, this is work.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do something that makes you happy. So yeah, that's just something that, you know, we've tried to do just to build ourselves up.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people like start, like, especially when COVID hit, like start entrepreneurship, investing and stuff like that. And like, that's something I'm passionate about as well. Like, just, I don't know exactly what direction I want to go in, but like I'm working on it. So
yeah. And that's the thing. Like, as long as you're like working on it and still itching at it, you know, and just making a scratch and trying to pursue it, because I feel like everybody needs to be independent and not work for a big corporation, you know, because I think that's just where America is different than a lot of countries, and Americans ourselves need to utilize that as a strength and not make it our weakness, you know, and being stuck to working those 9 to 5s. That's okay to do, you know, because you have to do it to set yourself up, but always have that, you know, that job where, you know, you're in control, because I always just think that's just more beneficial, especially as, like I said, like as an American, you know, I'm Jamaican, so growing up, you know, it's hard to do that type of stuff, you know, in another country, you know, but if you do it here, you know, you set yourself up, you know, you can generate, you know, wealth, like Eli was saying, build an empire, people who love you, people who support you, and then you can go to another country and do the same thing. Like for me, you know, that's just like something that's influential for me, because it's about making your mark, but also spreading that awareness across the world, you know.
For sure.
I mean, that's like the goal for me, you know.
That's
and you know, like whenever I think about owning something, that's what I mean. Like, I want to own everything in that area, you know. So it's just like, obviously, you know, it doesn't happen overnight, but as long as you're doing it and trying to pursue it, I think it's always an amazing thing to look back at as well, even if it fails, because a lot of, you know, businesses and, you know, entrepreneurship ventures fail at first, but as long as you pick yourself back up and to keep applying that pressure, something's bound to happen, you know.
Most definitely.
So
that's real.
And hearing what you've said, man, it's just like, that's how I feel, and I gotta let you know, because that's how, you know, you sound like you know, you want to take control of, not even control, but just support people around you and do it the right way, you know. I'm glad that, you know, you came out and you were raised, or, you know, you came through how you are, you know, because people like that, man, like, just we need more of, you know. Yeah, most definitely. You know, representing, you know, building blocks for sure.
Absolutely. And this is literally one of the reasons why we started podcasts, is to have people like you on, and, you know, like me, getting to interact with you, and, you know, just chop it up, you know, pick each other's brains. That's all it's about. Literally, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think just trying just new things out when you're young is very crucial. Yeah. Because, I mean, Tyler can attest to this. My brother, since we were 12, like, I've tried so many things, especially in the last year. Yeah. Just trial and error. And, like, I really think I'm finding my niche and, like, where I want to go, what direction I really want to go in. And even with this podcast, you know, I mean, you say it, you know, it's like, I want to have the best podcast. I want to have one of the best podcasts. And not that I just said that to say it before, but now it's to the point, it's like we've just been applying so much pressure. We work so hard at it, you know, and it may look like a bunch of kids just jumping on a mic and talking, but I promise you there are strategic moves that go into this day in and day out. Like, every single day we're having a conversation about this, trying to better it. And it's like, now we say it, like I say it with my chest, and Tyler does too, like, this is the best podcast in the world, and I'm going to keep saying it till it's universally known. Yeah. You know?
So we can be able to coin that 1% better as well, you know, because that's what has driven us to be where we want to be. So it's just like, it's awesome, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's real.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, interacting with people like you, because you know, sometimes you get, like, obviously you have your dogs around you, but, you know, you get like, dang, am I the only person in this, especially being in Gastonia? Yeah. Nothing disrespect to anyone in Gastonia, but this is a city full of people that are complacent. A lot of people are complacent here, and it's hard not to fall into that hole of just doing what everyone else does, you know, work 5 days a week, go party, then go work 5 days a week and go party. And, you know, it's just like, you know, you don't do those things like everyone else in the city does. So you're like, damn, am I the only one in the house on a Friday night? Yeah. Like, fuck, you know?
And we've just all have agreed that, like, we know that people who are on top have had to sacrifice a lot of shit. And and that's including things that we would love to do that other people are doing, you know. And so it's like, yeah, we see that, and like we kind of have that like, oh, like dang, maybe that would be fun, but I don't even have time for it. I don't even have the mindset for it, because it'll just distract me, you know. It'll make things so much more pressure, you know. It'll make more things have like more weight on your shoulders. So at least for me, you know, I try to make sure everything's balanced to the point where I'm still having fun like this. And I'm
getting your stuff done.
Exactly, and I'm still getting my shit done. So it's just like, bro, where's the balance? Like, where can I sacrifice now at a younger age to learn and grow and really build myself than starting 5 years from now? You know what I'm saying? So things like this is just,
and it's really no answer to that, you know. I see it a lot of times, like being on panels, like seeing people on panels and stuff. They get that question, like, how do you balance your work life with your, you know, with your personal life? Yeah. And like, it's really no way. Like,
no way, bro. No.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice like your personal life to achieve your goals, your work life and stuff like that. Especially if like you're an entrepreneur, like you have to sacrifice a lot more, you know, to get to where you want to go. And like this podcast, like y'all are onto something, like for real, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate
that. I believe that.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Have you, like, you know, saying like what I said and what Tari said, you know, it may get dark or whatever. Have you ever fell into that trap? Man. Some days or whatnot?
Nah, all the time. Cause like me, I'm one of the people, like I'm always thinking about my future, like, or like ways I could do something better than what I did. Yeah. And like
overanalyzing, like, you know.
Like, man, like sometimes I just need to like just chill out, like just take a break, hit the gym, you know, do something like basketball, like. But like, I fall into that a lot, man. Just thinking about like, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I'm gonna get there. But like, it's sometimes like you do fall into that trap, and like you don't even realize you're falling into it until like you just like snap out of it. Like, okay, I'm back on my grind.
Yeah,
literally, bro.
Exactly.
Would you say, because we talk about this all the time, like one of the hardest things you came across is learning patience.
Yeah, man.
Bro. It be driving me crazy.
Patience is a major key. What do you think about that?
Patience, that's something I'm working on right now. Like, I want everything
right
like,
now.
I think it's just because like we're young, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
And like we see how like life is short. Like we want stuff to happen now, like overnight. We don't want to wait, but like success waits on nobody. That's what I go by sometimes, and I try to just get to it. You know, try to be successful right now, but. Like sometimes things take time to develop and stuff like that, but like patience is definitely something I'm working on.
Yeah,
yeah, bro. One thing that keeps me sane, you know, so you get over anxious. So what that keeps me sane is like your story's already written. You just have to fulfill it. Like
Indeed,
everything that's coming is coming. You know, like the story's already there. You just got to fulfill it. Sure. And the question for both of y'all: do y'all think social media has like messed with that a little bit? I think it has, because like you said, it's like, of course I feel like I should be here because you know we're staring at other people's lives all day long. I feel like it can't help but mess with that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll start on that topic. Oh, yeah. Definitely, bro. Seeing other people like social media and stuff like that, and like seeing where they're at in life, like they're our age, and like I'm like, dang, like he's already up like 6 figures, $1 million, stuff like that. But like sometimes I just shut social media out. Like I delete it for a day or something like that. Just
absolutely.
I stop comparing myself, because like, my pastor earlier this year was saying like comparison narrative is like a thief of joy. So like every time you're comparing yourself,
wait, run that back.
Yeah, say that one more time for the viewers.
Yeah. So like my pastor earlier this year, he said comparison narrative is the thief of joy. I'm gonna say that one more time. Comparison narrative is the thief of joy. So like always comparing yourself to other people and like their success, it's the thief of your journal and stuff like that. Your journey. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah.
And stuff like that. So like you just got to be careful of like comparing yourself, because like your time's coming, you know.
Exactly. And I think like definitely like obviously I feel like us all and everybody in the world really like social media like makes you look up and like be like, damn, like how does he have this at this age? Da 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 da. You know, or how does this work? But that's not real life. Yeah. You know, that's not how the sauce is made. You know, that's not how, you know, behind the scenes, you know, of everybody's lives, it's just it's a learning process, it's a growth process, and it's just how much you're willing to acknowledge that and really, you know, aspire to want to do more and where you see yourself the most comfortable. And, you know, like how you just said, like, you can't take away your joy just because of what you see out there. And that's a very, very, very valid thing to say.
For sure.
That's a very truthful thing to say, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays, like Eli was saying, they just take on a social media presence that makes them feel like, you know, they have to keep up, or they have to, you know, seem like, you know, they fit a part, you know, which isn't even how their lifestyle is set up. So it's very, you know, it's very humbling to really try to understand yourself first and foremost before, you know, you try to walk down that narrow line.
Yeah. We talk about it, but like we all do it.
Exactly.
We all do.
Exactly. It's a hard thing.
It's
It's
human.
It's almost human nature.
It is.
Yeah,
like
dude.
A struggle.
It's a struggle.
Dang, like it's just like but like it's something we're working on, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
especially, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Especially every instance that happens, you know, throughout our lives. It's like, for instance, I was in Colorado, and I saw this young looking guy coming out of like this super, super nice like Mercedes Benz. Like it was like orange carbon fiber, like brake calipers. I don't know what it was. It was an AMG on the back though, all black, beautiful, right? And I was just like, damn, this man's fucking living, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, damn, he's probably living, but you know, he probably had to bust his ass for that, you know. And I just think to myself, like, yeah, maybe I'll have that one day or more, or you know, even better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like me being jealous, but it's just like you see that, and you know, instead of taking it so, I try to not take it so personal or jealous.
Yeah.
You know, or like you know, let it rub off on you, like, because that's human nature.
Yeah.
I just try to make it more aspiring, more humbling, more, you know, it makes me want to just do better. You know, I just want to be better.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that. Like that's what your mind reverts to is I can do that, or I can do something better than that. Like, when I get those thoughts too, like, because it's human nature,
exactly,
you know, to think like that. When I get those thoughts, honestly, like you say, like, oh, he's got it. He's got like it's like I like thoughts that I try to like bring myself back down to earth is like. It may look like that on the outside, but I have no idea what his house looks like on the inside. Like his mom may have just passed away. Like he might be in the worst depression I could ever. He might be bankrupt and just be popping out on stuff that he already bought. Like,
exactly.
Like, you know, like you have no idea. You know, you just know what it looks like on the outside.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and another thing to go about that. Like you see people posting on social media, you never see them post the bad stuff.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, why would someone do that?
Exactly,
because like people are struggling, you know, like outside of it. Like some people use that as like cover up, and especially like athletes, like you see it a lot, like with them like dealing with the media stuff like that. Like mental health is like real, like really, really, bro.
Yeah, dude, I can only imagine. You know. I've heard of a lot of was it Hernandez? Was his last name that murdered
Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez.
That was
you know, Ray Lewis has beat his wife a few times, I think.
Yeah.
Just a few other football players that I've heard of. You know,
it's real.
You know, even some being sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, maybe it's not, you know, deeper than that, but it's just like mentally, it's tough for everybody. You know, you just gotta take it for face value sometimes and not read too deep into it, because you just don't know what's going on. You know, you just gotta, I don't know.
So to ask y'all, since we're on this conversation, I ask both y'all, and I'll answer myself too. Like, what would y'all say is should someone do, I guess, instead of looking for those likes and comments and views for fulfillment? Because like I'll go ahead and like answer first. Like we've talked about, like I've said this on the podcast previously. When we first posted on YouTube, we're getting close to 100, and I was like, we're at 90, we're at 95. Oh, we just hit 100. And I just kept naming it. And then like next time I saw him the next day, I was like, oh, you see it, Baba? He's like, yeah, I saw it, but honestly don't care about the views, because the views are going to come as long as we put out content. We just got to keep putting out content. And that like really struck me. And like I said, I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it, because it really like changed my perspective on like that shit is really fake. Like, and like he said, like it's going to come with content. It's only logical. You keep putting out more videos, more views,
and you're obviously getting better. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah. So it's like that's when it really sunk in. Like, you can't look for fulfillment in that. And it really sunk in when our reels, shout out to y'all again for supporting those, started getting 5,000, 6,000, blah, blah, blah. Because they just kept going up. And it's like the first one we got to 1,000. Then it was like, okay, that's not good enough. I want one at 5. We got that. That's not good enough. I want one at 6. You know, it's like I feel you really can't look for fulfillment in anything but like what you find value in and what you can close your eyes at night and not worry about. And for me, that's just knowing I tried my best to be the best podcaster I can be on here.
Yep.
Trying to be the best worker I can be at work. Trying to have the best workout I can when I go work out. Like literally just giving my best in every single aspect of my life. And if I do that, I feel like I can really close my eyes at night and be like with some peace.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Like you're getting there.
Didn't mean to ramble. But
no, that makes sense though, you know?
Yeah. So what would y'all say like why or so would y'all say why you shouldn't seek fulfillment in likes, comments, other people's validation and such?
I'll let you go on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I just feel like validation from others it just depends, you know?
Yeah.
For instance, I'm looking at a Weekend record right now, and he got validation from the House of Balloons, from a vast amount of people, you know? But I think for him, he was going through a very tough period in his life. So, you know, just of how he was trying to portray, you know, things and through his music and stuff, it's just different, you know? I mean, he made a lot of money off of it, but that's how he had to express himself through that point in his life, you know? And he made money off of it, you know? It blew up and people related to it.
And he even, not to cut you off, he even talks about on the record, it's crazy, you just bring up that record, like how like seeking the drugs and women and parties did nothing to him. It numbed him.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Exactly. And applying that to, you know, everybody else, you know, the millions, the billions almost that have listened to him, it just applies to, you know, certain things. For instance, you know, if you're going through a tough time in your life, you may not feel the best. You may, like how you were saying about the guy with the car, he may just be completely flexing. His mom just died, or he just wanted to buy a car to make him happy. Things like that, you know, you just don't know, you know. People really don't take into consideration how much time we don't have in life. So, you know, if you see somebody doing something that they like and you want to do it, then, you know, you got to make sure that, you know, you find a way to do it, you know. And obviously, you know, you don't look every day at the time and see that it's passing by, but, you know, slowly but surely build yourself up to that and make yourself happy doing that. And if it doesn't make you happy doing that, then maybe that's not the right thing for you, you know. Just try to see how, you know, other people have been doing things, you know, through this crazy world, and just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, you know. Don't ever just take anything so personal, you know. A lot of people take things more personal nowadays. It's so modern. People have softened up, you know. And that's just how life is, you know. Hopefully, you know, people make it out strong and people, you know, do what they need to do. But again, like how I was saying earlier, people always need to be for themselves first and foremost, you know. I think more on the selfish side at this younger age, because I don't have a family, because I don't have, you know, you know, anything like any big responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm only 21. So maybe I'll get there one day. Hopefully I'll get there one day, but as time goes on, you know, I'll be able to, you know, unravel that and share the generosity that I have with others in a manner that makes me happy.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
And that's the key, you know. And, you know, at this young age, I don't want to be naive, or, you know, I don't want to be just open and seem like, you know, everything's peaches and cream. But obviously I want to make myself happy every single day. So
for sure,
it's one of those things that you just have to give and take and understand what you want from your life. So people who really think about it and try to apply that and are able to openly express how that makes them better that's influential.
Absolutely.
You know? Really. To wrap that up, that's just a very influential thing to do, you know, especially at a young age like this, is just pursue what you want to do.
As far as like validation goes for me, I like what Instagram did. Like you can hide the likes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need validation. Like, and it just goes to show like, there's a lot of people in position, higher ups and stuff like that in corporate that don't even have a social media. They don't need validation to prove like they're a good person or successful. It speaks for itself, you know. And that's one thing I'm working on as well, like validation, like trying to make people proud or whatnot. rather than just really not caring like what they think, whether I'm doing good or not. But that's something I'm working on. Like validation, like just for anybody out there, I would just say, just do what's best for you. Seek happiness, and that's really all I can say right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And like you said, like if like those guys in higher up, bigger positions, they don't have social media. They don't feel like they have to do anything. And like I've thought about that too. And like if you really think about it, just think about experiences you've had personally. Like when you're really good at something, like you didn't feel like you really needed to talk about it. You know, like obviously you probably bragged or so a little bit, but like you never like really felt the sense like you needed to let someone know you were doing that.
Validation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you found it with you. You just knew you had it, whatever it was, and I feel like that's just all that matters. Yeah. At the end of the day, be like
some people were built for it and some people weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Because
that's just how life experiences have taught me.
Yeah.
Not everybody's built to be able to get all the way there.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people that you think may be able to get there with you won't get there with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tough. It's a tough realization, but it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And, the truth is what sets you free.
Exactly.
So,
and I think like, please correct me if I'm wrong, Chase, but I feel like you mentioned earlier about time and how what's the word I'm looking for? How important that is.
Yeah.
I feel like you like the same with us, like. I feel like I want to get on my shit early now. Like I'm 22, just turned 22 last week. I want to get on my shit. Bro. Appreciate that. But I've always felt like I want to get on my shit early. I just feel like there's no time to waste because I don't want to wake up when I'm 28, 27 and say, damn, if I would have only started this 5 years earlier.
Exactly.
If I would have only started this 2 years earlier.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why, people are like, relax, go out to a bar, enjoy yourself. You're 21. Like, those bars are going to be there 8 years from now.
Yeah, 50 years from now.
Yeah, they're going to be there 30 years. I can go to that same bar probably 10 years from now. Like, I'm perfectly content on working OT or working on a podcast video or, just doing something productive in my days. But that's just how I feel, like, personally, Chase, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Because this conversation is amazing, first and foremost. Once again, we appreciate you coming through.
For real. Thanks for coming through, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, yeah. But how do you view, like, failure or fearing failure, along that context?
Oh, man. Fear and failure. It just depends on situations. Like I said earlier, like validation. Like sometimes, like certain people, I do view their validation as like I take that personal. Like family, like I can't let them down. Like I take their validation into consideration. So like letting them down, like that's one thing. Like I can't do.
Yeah.
Like, just even if like I failed at something, I'm not gonna let them know. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna come harder the next time. And
hell yeah.
And like fear, I just take
as
a chance.
As far as like pursuing something.
Yeah, as far as like fear, I take chances on myself. Like you got to bet on yourself sometimes. Like, in order to get where you want. And I go by like it's a philosophy. Like it's called new opportunity.
Yeah.
So like I go by that, and like sometimes whenever you're asking for a chance or an opportunity, like worst thing they can say is no.
Yeah.
On to the next opportunity. Like,
damn, that's true.
This is done for. Like, okay, this is up. Or you could keep pursuing and keep knocking at this door, but like
holy fuck, no means next opportunity, nigga.
Exactly.
Good shit, bro. Dap me up, bro. I appreciate that one.
Yeah,
no means next opportunity, nigga.
Definitely.
That's a fact.
I watch like a lot of motivational stuff, and I seen Steve Harvey say like the other day, he was like when one opportunity like is over with and like you're done with it, you're gonna keep knocking at that door. You're gonna go to the next door and like you're gonna go through that door.
Yeah.
You don't just keep knocking. So like just move on to like the next opportunity and what's best for you, because like you weren't put in position to pursue that. And that's how I got like the Panthers thing, bro. Like I started interning with them like this past summer. And like I just reached out to somebody on LinkedIn. I said, if they say no, that's fine with me. Like I'll just do something else, it's not meant to be. But luckily, like we connected well, and like I sent in all my information, and like it worked out. But like
hell yeah,
that's what you gotta do. Just you see somebody like in one of the best podcasts out there, like right now, just reach out, try. Like, you know, they were once in a position you were in. So, like, that's how I see life. Like, most people are willing to help unless, like, they're just assholes.
Yeah. That's how we feel, bro. We try to reach out to a good group of people, you know,
Most
like
definitely.
that people that we see that are doing things that we want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that influence us.
Yeah.
Really, essentially.
Definitely, and like you said, like just reaching out to people. You have no idea how many times. And like, I was talking to him about this. He said he does the same thing with his clothing brand. Shout out Stony Mountain again.
Shout out Stony Mountain.
But bro, I just be scrolling through Instagram and like a celebrity or influencer will pop up on my feed. Yeah. Like I don't even care what they post. I'll just go to their profile, send them a message like, "Would love to have you on the Group Chat Convos podcast."
Yeah, exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. Like bro, I just be doing it all day long at work, bored. You know, because it's like probably 9 out of 10 times they won't answer, but I just need that one. You give me that one, it's wraps. You know,
keep trying for real, like bro. That all you need is like one shot. Like you could just like that for real.
That one shot will make a lifetime of differences.
Yeah,
you know, and that's how I just try to. I'm just so optimistic in life. You know, I just try to make things as best for me as possible, obviously, but I try to see like the benefit of the doubt on a lot of things as well, because again, the world is just a crazy place, especially right now after COVID. The world just changed a lot from in my point of view. I think just a lot of people have made just a lot more just like quick-minded decisions.
Yeah.
And this world has just been, America specifically has just been very, you know, just up in the air.
Yeah, for sure.
But as long as, you know, you stay persistent and optimistic, I think that's just one of the things that, you know, we can do. Yeah. You know, optimism is, I think, underrated, because people obviously say, you know, okay, that pissed me off, or like that's exactly what I wanted to do, but you know, some things may never happen exactly how you want it, and you may not settle on either feeling, but as long as you're optimistic about it, I feel like it just carries you further. You know,
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
just like how you said, like, no, next opportunity, like you were optimistic to just reach out and see what would happen, you know. Oh, well, if it didn't happen, next opportunity. But the optimism that you had, I feel like carries a long way.
Oh, yeah, know? For sure, bro.
That's putting that good energy in the universe.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Try to.
And, bro, touching on like what y'all saying, that like one shot, like one thing, and I feel like you said, it can change everything.
Everything.
And shout out to Eat With Zoe, the homie, you know.
The GOAT.
Hell yeah. He actually, the other co-host on here, that's his brother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I grew up with them.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Oh,
He was so the homie. But it's so crazy because like I've said this, I think I said this like on the first podcast episode or something, and like obviously you know those people, or you know the Tom Brady, LeBron James, they make you want to strive for more, do more, or whatnot. But it's like it really became like damn, we can actually like pop, because like I said, he was in our circle, he's our dog, and all he had was one video go viral, and shit just fucking changed.
That's all you need.
Well, now he's up to 1.5 million followers. He's got his brother and his friends doing a podcast trying to do something.
Yeah, like, I think I saw a what was it? A sponsored by Walmart.
Yeah, bro. You got
video?
that Walmart bag.
Like what?
That Walmart bag.
Yeah. Shout out to Eat With Zoe, man. He's really doing his thing, and that's another influential thing. Like, you know, keeping Emilio around. I know he's hungry. I know he sees that his brother's doing amazing things, you know, providing for his family, and that just makes him want to do better. So keeping him around and having him in this podcast and helping us throughout this podcast is just, obviously he's a brother, but he does more than that. So it's amazing to see, you know, that he obviously has somebody behind him. His brother is obviously putting fire on his ass because he, you know,
yeah, for sure,
he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know, chasing his dreams.
Yeah, bro, and it's so crazy how like one person can like change the just circuit of everything. Yeah. And like I said, I just be thinking about stuff on the daily.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about him, you know, he popped now.
Yeah.
And he's in a position to where his soon to be wife, shout out Mia, congratulations to their engagement.
Congratulations.
Like now she's put in a position to where she can like study more, and I think she's going for her master's master's degree.
Congratulations.
Wow.
So now they're gonna have a kid that has their mother has their master's degree. Their dad is obviously he has his degree. He's very successful in what he does.
He loves to cook.
Exactly. That's just gonna push her to go to college and strive for more.
Of course.
And it's just an effect. It's such a snowball effect.
Yeah. It has such a further meaning, whenever you're able to make your dreams come true, I feel like. And that's it sounds so fictional whenever, you're growing up and then, you hit those years of teenager lives whenever, you realize that, like,
adolescent years.
Yeah, like, dreams are hard to come into reality, but whenever you really pursue and really apply yourself and those dreams become reality, it's amazing. It's one of the sweetest things. It's like Mother Nature's natural gift to yourself. That's like one of those aspects, at least for this generation, I feel like that's one of those things where like that's the American dream. That's like the top of the food chain where people like to want to climb to. I mean, that's for sure. Like, in the land of all these people, of course you want to be the best in what you want to do in that niche, especially like I've just heard in recent times, I think Skylar may have touched on this in the last podcast as well, but once you find that niche, like that's why like Stony the Bear shirt, it's like it's a niche. It's like that's so uncommon. I feel like we thought about it. We were like, that's such an uncommon thing to do. Obviously Stony the Bear, he's against wildfires, but he's burning trees. He's smoking cannabis, and it's a double play. On, he obviously doesn't want to burn trees. Smoking's bad. You may have effects or yada yada yada, but Stony the Bear does it. He does it on his time off. In a reasonable manner where it's appropriate. And so every single drop we're trying to be better. Sorry, I keep saying that, but it just applies to we're trying to find that niche. Yeah. We're trying to find that one spot where we can snuggle into and blossom. And just blow into, and like expand on it and have the whole world see that one niche of things, and it's just beautiful, I love a backstory behind things. I love whenever things can come to light, and I love whenever things are organic, the organicness, especially, growing up on a farm, it's like obviously everything that I had was organic, so it's I'm very to my roots, and I try to stay organic. And Stony Mountain has kept me organic in more ways than one. So that's just an application specifically for my life. That niche that I think is going to make me blossom and grow, is going to make me happy down the line. Is what we're doing. So yeah, man, just 1% better, dreams into reality. Like just that's all like I'm trying to strive for, especially these young years. I don't know a lot of shit. But, the things that I do know, I've been trying to take advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, just soak up every single bit of knowledge, being the sponge of everything, everything that I come across.
Oh, yeah.
Flush out the negativity, only push the positivity. I think that's just the way to go.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Literally. Real. Chase, what would you say is, like, most important? Like, or let me rephrase that. Like, are there any things that you do as far as like reading or writing or any specific habits you've adopted that have helped you out tremendously? That
meditating, running for exercise, weightlifting maybe.
I have picked up a habit of like I started hiking lately.
Hiking.
Hell yeah.
I went to Crowders like quite a few times before like training camp started. Just like
yeah.
Like I'm so used to like going to training camp for like football myself, and like right now like I'm done playing, so like I gotta find other hobbies like to keep me active and like other things to get my mind off football. So like hiking, as far as like just staying like in my roots and like just keeping my head on straight. I have like mentors I talk to, and stuff like that.
Nice.
Guiding me in the right direction. I read a few books. I got to start reading more though, because like it's just like daily stuff. Like I read like one page, keep me motivated.
Yeah.
And then like it's another book I read. It's like Joyce Meyer books. Like they're like inspirational and stuff like that.
Joyce
like,
Meyer.
Meyer.
Okay, but
so I read those.
Definitely look into that.
But like as far as like actually like reading like books like about entrepreneurship, like business, I need to get more into that. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel and I mean, you can answer this too, what you feel. I feel like on my journey of, self-improvement, which I'm still on and nowhere near ending, I feel like the most beneficial thing that I've came across is reading and just increasing your knowledge, learning. The power of learning is just so crazy to me. Like, it really doesn't sink in. Like, you can always learn more.
Always.
And like
learn.
The day you stop striving to learn more or just increase your wisdom or just capacity of thinking, I feel like you truly like shorten yourself from your potential.
Yeah, you do. You will always fall short from your potential if you don't ever strive to really just grow, like you said. And I think like
meditation as well. Not to cut you off.
Oh yeah, of course.
Meditation is definitely
like even philosophers. Like ancient philosophers used to study still. Even after they obviously were very renowned. So it's like you can never stop learning. Obviously, there's so much. There's so many things. There's there's multiple lifetimes worth of knowledge that you can learn in this world, to be honest. So it's really about what you want to pick up and how much you want to pick up.
And it's crazy because it's like it's almost like I don't even know the phrase I'm looking for, but it's the more you learn, the more you know you don't know.
Yeah.
You're like,
exactly.
It's so crazy. Yeah. It's like the more you retain, the more you understand you have to keep retaining.
Exactly.
And it really set in like damn, like everyone like really just keeps striving. When I was shout out to the Andy Friziella podcast.
Andy Friziella.
You tune into that?
No. Andy Friziella?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm not tuned into it, but I definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, y'all definitely got to check that out. Yeah. But he had one dude on there. I think he was one of the best mindset coaches in the country. He works with Alabama's football team every single year. Like that Nick Saban hires him and everything. And he was talking. He's like, I'm not to toot my own horn. I'm one of the best mindset coaches in the country right now. Or I think he said world, country, whatever. He's like, I still talk to my mindset coach every day who's 12 years younger than me. He said, I'm no better than anyone else. And he blows me out of the water.
Yeah.
And that like really sunk in, like just to have that level of to be humble and to still be one of the best in your category, if not the best, and still say, I need to take lessons from under somebody else still. Like, it's like you're never too good to learn something new.
Yeah, no matter your age.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because, the older you are, the less you honestly retain. So it's like you got to live your life and do that shit young and try to soak up as much knowledge and put that and apply that into your own context of life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. I mean, y'all tell me if you agree with me or not, but, I work at the hospital. I work in Huntersville,
me as well.
And he works in Gastonia one. But I see, like, adults who I work with or, may pass by, have spark conversation with, and you just notice how, no disrespect to them or anything, but how complacent they are. And you can tell because of really their ignorance, because they don't want to broaden their learning. Their
understanding of life.
Yeah,
they're so stuck in their ways.
Yeah, content, stuck in their ways. Feel like
old-fashioned.
No one needs to tell them anything, and it's like
if you try to tell them, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I completely understand why you're in your position. No disrespect to your position. It's just not one I want to be in.
If you don't have a degree, you're lesser than me.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like they say.
Yeah,
if you don't have a degree, you're lesser than me. It's like a little high school there.
It's a lot of people I see like that. Even like with like people getting like college degrees and stuff. It's just like, they think they're bigger than the next person. But like me, I wouldn't have went to school. I would have did like online classes if I didn't play like a sport. Like, cause like I'm smart about like the way I go about myself, my business. And like some people just get caught up in the lifestyle of like going to college and just living that college environment, that experience or whatnot. But like, to me, that's all fake. Like, you could go do that, but like, what about the connections you're making? You're gonna have a job after. Like, it's just do an internship throughout college. But like, some people just go and
waste 4 years,
just to have fun.
They're waiting on
and
a
then
job,
they start.
and like, and like people who already like do like gas in college or like online classes, like they're already like working while doing their classes and getting that experience they need. And like, if like I didn't play sports, that's exactly what I would have did. That's what I tell like some of the people who like don't necessarily like enjoy sports or want the college experience, like go to a community school. Like it's great, you know, great feedback. You can save your money and then just do whatever you like. You know, you're back home. Like just take advantage of that opportunity. Like for real. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, that was real. That was real because, like you said, most people, kids go up there and they just, you know, they screw around. And granted, I mean, personally speaking, it's like I would never even think like that because my parents aren't even in like a financial situation to like even put me up for college. Honestly, you know. So it's like if I was in your, I think about it a lot. Honestly, like to keep it real, keep it a brick on the podcast like we do. It's like. Well, I be thinking like if my parents had money and I had the opportunity to literally just study for 4 or 8 years, like I would take unbelievable. Not saying I place limitations on like I can't apply for college and probably put myself through it. I've thought about it. You know, I don't think it's something.
But if you had it on, if you had it smooth sailing, paid for,
if I had it paid for,
you
know,
know,
didn't have to worry about nothing like. I mean, I'd probably enjoy myself a bit, but you best believe, you know, I'm gonna make the most out of that opportunity.
Of course.
And I'm going 110%. You know, it's like there's no reason why I shouldn't be walking out of there with a 4 something GPA.
Exactly.
You know, like you said, an internship, like all this lined up.
And that's how we hope, like, you know, whenever, you know, we don't mean to offend anybody that's going to school or anything, but it's like, if that's how you're living, like, and that's how you want to live, cool. But like from our perspective, it's like, if you're gonna go to school, take advantage of it while you have it young. You know, make the most of it. Obviously, go out whenever you can, have fun on occasion, do what you need to do, but don't ever steer from the path. You know, the path less taken is usually the most difficult one. You know, so with that being said, obviously you got to try to navigate through that. Because obviously a lot of people don't traffic through that norm, you know, and they abide by the rules. So you gotta make your own path. It may obviously be a rough one, but understand, just like how Chase you just said, it's like make those connections young, you know, start young, take advantage while you have it. Don't take it for granted. You know?
And like whenever you do like go off to school, like a 4-year university, like make sure you're going for the right reason. Like that's the biggest thing. Like make sure you have a purpose and right reason, really.
Exactly.
I think to not to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Like piggyback off like what you were saying, Tyler. Like just like be grateful for. I think it's like because lots of people, and I'm sure all three of us think the same way. Like, not like I'm worried about the next man, but I always know there's another man coming behind me that would kill for my spot.
Exactly.
You know, and I truly think a lot of kids our age take for granted like the situations they may be in, like if their parents are able to just put them through school without blinking an eye, you know, like you have no idea how like I would die for that spot, you know, like you have no idea if I what I would do to be in that position. Sure. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people our age don't think like that. I even think like that at work, you know, when like you may be having a bad day or be in a rut or something, like I don't want to be here, I want to go home, blah blah blah, I want to clock out, but then I like come back to earth by just telling myself like, bro, someone would kill for your spot right now. Like you have no idea
for your spot.
Like they would do anything to be in this position. You sitting here complaining because you gotta stay here till 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
You know, it's like that's just something that keeps me sane, you know.
Yeah.
But this was a hell of a podcast.
Yeah, man.
This is dope, bro.
Chase, it was awesome to catch up. Dude, you've been amazing. It's been a pleasure to come through.
It was a pleasure to meet you, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, man, Chase, anything you want to say? Closing it out.
You got any social medias you want to shout out? You got anything you want to support, or you're good?
Just follow the podcast on social media, all social media platforms. Subscribe to YouTube, you know, for sure.
Thank you, man.
And just keep supporting these boys, man.
Thank you, man.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate you coming through for real.
For real.
Hell yeah. Until next time.
Until next time.
See y'all.